3500. Visit ChooseNissan.com.
Bringing you the latest health coverage and medical news. Here's Karen McKay's HealthWise at 5.
An orphan disease is what scientists call those illnesses that are so rare there is very little awareness about them and virtually no funding for research. Alström disease is one of those illnesses. Bryce Johnson suffers from that rare disorder. Her mom, Cassie Johnson, is here to explain more, along with one of Bryce's 9 doctors, Dr. Adobe Canoe. I know you know her. She's been here many times before. She's a pulmonologist at Texas Tech, and it's nice to have you all.
Thank you.
I'll start with Cassie, because Bryce looks like she's ready to run.
She's ready.
The first symptom was the eyes, which is why the dark glasses. Why don't you explain how odd that was to you at first?
The very first symptom that we saw were her eyes started wiggling up and down. Best way I can describe it is like a bobblehead. And so we went into the doctor, and they told us to prepare for a brain tumor, which it was not. And that started a 2.5-year process of not knowing what Bryce had. And
watch out, there's a step right there, sweetie, right?
Even the doctors not sure that they had an idea. So we were really at a guessing game.
So the eyes are a concern, and vision is a problem. Her vision will increasingly become worse.
Yes. By the time she's about 9, she'll be completely blind. It affects multiple organs, actually every organ in the body. Causes complete blindness, deafness, type 2 diabetes, dilated cardiomyopathy, congestive heart failure, COPD. It's, a lot of times with the rare diseases, they're very, very, very bad, and this is no exception.
And one of those illnesses or problems, risks are what brings you into the picture.
Yes.
And explain that, Dr. Canoe.
Well, she became involved in my care because she had chronic and recurrent pneumonia and sinusitis. And so this is how this affects the lungs. They have recurrent sinus and pulmonary infections. This can lead to scarring of the lung. This can lead to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
So what's the outlook like, and is there research that you're trying to raise money for, or where are we going from here?
Yes, there is pretty much one place in the world that leads all the research on Alström syndrome, and it's here in the United States, called Alström Syndrome International. And they pretty much had everything that's done about it, but like you said, with rare diseases, there's very little awareness, which means very little funding. So what we are doing is having a fundraiser this weekend to raise money for research so that more can be done. And although Alström syndrome is very rare, the medical complications that it causes is not rare. Type 2 diabetes, congestive heart failure, and we know now that there's a genetic component to a lot of those diseases, so an advancement in just one area of Alström syndrome could help millions.
And Dr. Canoe, you're part of that research and part of trying to help her become better, right? I mean, as far as the pulmonary side.
Yes, I mean, she will have to do lifelong respiratory treatments to help with airways mucus. In fact, Alström's disease, it's believed to play a role in cilia and mucus secretion clearance.
Now here's how you can help. There's a benefit dinner coming up Saturday night.
Correct.
It's at 4 Bar K. It includes live music, 4 bands will be there, auctions, much more Saturday night. The phone number, which is not on there, but the phone number to call for tickets, here we go. Thank you. The phone number, you can get tickets by calling that website or calling that number, or go to that website. 786-4903 is the number. We hope there's a great turnout at the 4 Bar K. Lots of money raised for research and to help this little girl.
Absolutely.
And good luck to you, Cassie.
Thank you.
Bryce, and Dr. Canoe, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
And now Mr. Food is coming up next.